Food is an essential part of our lives, and let's face it, it's also one of the most satisfying parts, too. I mean, who doesn't like eating? But though we've all been cooking and eating our whole lives, that doesn't mean that we've been doing it right. With the following tips and tricks, you can enjoy your nutrition easier and faster than you did before. While you might have heard about some of these, we promise you haven't heard of them all. Here are 12 foods you eat wrong and how to eat them right. Number 12. Microwave marshmallows. Marshmallows are tasty, but they can also be hard to digest in large quantities. Yet it's so darn easy to eat a bunch of them fast. To stretch out your marshmallow eating experience without packing pounds in pain, place 3 or 4 on a microwave-safe dish and nuke them for about 30 seconds. You'll get a hilarious visual as the marshmallows grow and grow in size until being removed from the microwave, and then enjoy a fine, chewy dessert of only a few melted candies. Number 11. Leftover cheese. If you're a cheese lover, you undoubtedly end up with some small, awkward, hardened bits of cheese in your fridge. But if you don't feel like making an improv fondue or gnawing on dried out wedges with your crackers, try a dish that the Italians call spaghetti surpriso or surprise. Put all the leftover nuggets of cheese through a grater or in a melting pot and top spaghetti with a white sauce or butter followed by the leftover cheese concoction. Unless you have remarkably consistent shopping and eating habits, it'll taste different each time. Number 10. Broccoli. We all have divided opinions when it comes to broccoli. You either love it or you absolutely hate it. But either way, it's a known fact that broccoli is one of the healthiest foods in the world. The list of health benefits that this vegetable has is very long. Some of the most important health benefits are cancer prevention, cholesterol reduction, detoxification, and of course, lots of vitamins. When it comes to preparing this powerful antioxidant, most of us are doing it wrong. We're used to boiling or frying broccoli, and most of the recipe books available even suggest baking it in casseroles. That might be tasty indeed, but a 2008 study found that the only way to prepare broccoli that doesn't ruin the cancer-fighting nutrients is to steam the vegetable. Number 9. Salad for work lunch. A lot of people are taking homemade salads to work for lunch. Other than the fact that it's a healthy meal, it's of course way cheaper than buying food from a restaurant every day. Moreover, homemade meals provide a fast way to have a clean, organized lunch and continue with your work schedule. But there's one problem with bringing salad to work: it can get really soggy. There's a simple solution for waterlogged greens though, and you can use it to enjoy fresh, crunchy salads every day. The trick is to use a mason jar for your salad and to put the dressing on the bottom, not on the top. When you're ready to eat, you can just shake the jar or pour all of it into a bowl and voila! There you have your fresh salad and not a dressing-drenched plate of greasy leaves. Number 8. Cupcake sandwich. A person who doesn't like cupcakes is a rare thing. When it comes to eating cupcakes, you have only a few choices. You can eat it top to bottom or the frosting first and then the cakey part. This is how most people enjoy these bad boys. But since the frosting is the best part of the cupcake, once you're done with that, the rest of the muffin doesn't taste so good. You can also eat it sideways, but that can get messy, especially if you're somewhere fancy. But happily, someone thought of another way you can enjoy cupcakes. Break the cupcake into 2 halves and put the bottom part over the frosting. There you have a cupcake sandwich that's less messy to eat, but still has flavor in every bite. Number 7. Sandwiches. You know how the bread is usually square, but the meat you put in the sandwich is round? That's some phony baloney. You're trying to put meat everywhere, but still, the corners of the sandwich are left without meat. So a few clever cooks came up with a simple but effective way to avoid all this sandwich drama. Instead of just putting the meat as it is, try cutting it in sections and then arranging them around the bread. This way, even the corners of the sandwich will be covered. It doesn't take up too much time either, which makes it a good trick for a midnight snack. Number 6. Leftover pizza. You're probably getting pretty hungry by now, huh? Just wait till we get through with number 6. Pizza is one of the greatest human inventions ever. Although pizza is best when it's freshly baked and hot, leftover pizza can still be pretty good. Generally, people heat up their leftovers in the oven or in the microwave, but this sometimes causes the crust to get too soggy. Thankfully, there's an ingenious solution that has more to do with the breakfast pantry than your local Pizza Hut. If you own a waffle maker, put the leftover pizza on your waffle maker and you'll have a heated pizza with perfect, creamy melted cheese. Number 5. Iced coffee. Here's one for all you coffee lovers out there. There is nothing better in the heat of the summer than a cup of iced coffee. The combination of roasted flavor, caffeine, and ice make it a terrific upper. But usually, once the ice starts to melt, your coffee begins to lose flavor and becomes too watery. But the solution is so obvious, it's hard to even think of. Putting coffee ice cubes in your iced coffee. Other blue-collar chefs recommend crushing up some Oreos and freezing them in milk before adding them to the container for a chocolatey buzz in your frosty glass of joe. Number 4. Homemade tomato sauce. You're making pasta for dinner and you realize that you're out of tomato sauce. But if you have tomatoes at home, you can easily make some yourself. But peeling off a tomato skin might be one of the most annoying things on the face of the earth. It takes too much time and effort, and it is often a failure. But we've done our research, and with this tip, you can easily become a better Italian chef. All you need is tomatoes and a grater. Slice the tomatoes in half and start grating them. At the end, all you'll be left with is the fruit's skin. Number 3. Toblerone. Toblerone is one of the best chocolates in the world. It's so good, even though the recent shape adjustment upset many longtime customers. And apparently, we've all been eating the candy wrong. Most of us try to push the triangles to break them, and usually they fail. If you're not strong as an ox, it's really hard to break them off. You just end up shoving the whole bar in your mouth and trying to chew a piece. An easier way to break the candy is to actually push the triangles inward, which is something too many people discover through trial and error. Maybe Toblerone should write instructions on their chocolate bars in marshmallow sauce. Number 2. Strawberries. Strawberries are a very popular fruit. They can be used in everything. Cakes, ice cream, milkshakes, you name it. Strawberries are also very healthy because they're rich in antioxidants. But of course, nothing can be totally perfect. If you're making anything with strawberries, you have to remove the leaves on top of the fruit. Removing the green leaves from just a couple of berries is okay, but if you have to remove the leaves of bigger quantities of the fruit, you'll end up annoyed for sure. But there is an easier way, and it involves using a straw to get the green bit off. Just take a sturdy straw and poke the berry from the bottom, and the leaves will be neatly pushed out and into your sink or waste container. Number 1. Dental floss. This is more of a general cooking tip. We all know what dental floss is for, at least I hope so. I mean, dental hygiene is very important and everybody should have some floss at their disposal, and so on and so on. Public service announcement over. But guess what? You can actually use your dental floss to slice food in the kitchen. Yeah, you heard me right. Cutting stuff like cheese or cakes with a knife can often smash them. You can actually cut those items using dental floss and make a perfect job of it. So next time you need to cut a cake, forget about the knife and the spatula, but don't tell people which room you retrieve your cake cutting tools from. They might get a little grossed out. My name is Top 5 Best, and I'll see you at the top.
make sure to hit that like button. Let's aim for 10,000 likes. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel for the best top 5 videos. If you do hit that like button and you subscribe to the channel, then let me know down in the comments below. I'll be replying to 100 of you. So if you want a good chance of me replying to you, make sure you're one of the first people to watch my videos by turning on notifications.